Hello, I'm back for another video. My name is Josh Kastic, and today is my Porco Rosso review. Now, this is another Studio Ghibli movie, so I'm back with this series. I haven't done one for a while because I was away for college, so I just didn't really have a good place to record reviews up there. I did a lot of gaming videos up there, but that's like the only thing I could record because I don't really show my face in those videos. But I'm back here for another review, and today's review is Porco Rosso. Now, this is my first time watching the movie. I actually watched it before I before I went up there for college, so I might be a little bit rusty on the plot, but I'll try my best to remember everything and kind of just talk about it. So essentially, the movie takes place in 1929, and it's about a character named Porco Rosso. He was an Italian World War I fighter ace. So he flies the plane, and that's what he uses in combat. But now he's a bounty hunter, and there was a what's it called? A ferry liner being attacked by airborne pirates, which are pirates that instead of pirate ships they fly planes, and so Porco Rosso comes after them and obviously defeats them. And after that, he goes to treat himself to dinner at Hotel Adriano. I'm probably gonna butcher that, but I did my best. This place is actually run by his friend Gina. Now after that, at the hotel, we get to see the pirate gang kind of show up, and they're going to try to hire this ace pilot named Curtis. And while there, Curtis kind of immediately falls in love with Gina. But Gina refuses and is kind of with Porco Rosso. They're not together in a relationship, but it's obvious that Gina has feelings for Porco Rosso. And this kind of makes Curtis kind of annoyed. And so, while, I can't remember, so if I recall correctly, Porco was flying to a place called Milan, and in the process of doing so, he gets shot down by Curtis, and suppose Curtis thinks he died. Okay, obviously he didn't. And so what happens is that Porco has to go find his mechanic. And so his mechanic is named Piccolo, I think that's how it's pronounced. And so, Piccolo is in Italy. And apparently, Porco Rosso is a wanted criminal or something, like he's wanted in Italy. And so he's not really supposed to go there. It's really bad for him. And Gina didn't want him to go there. But he decided to go there. Piccolo, he arrives there, and he finds out that Piccolo's sons all left to find work elsewhere because of the Great Depression. This is 1929, so this is actually the start of the Great Depression. So they had to move somewhere, and so all he had left is his really young daughter named Fio. And then the rest of the women in the family, and that they all had to help out and rebuild his ship that got really badly damaged. Now, Porco, I forgot to mention this. Did I mention that Porco Rosso is cursed to have a pig's head? I did forget to mention that. It is actually a really big detail. Yes, he is cursed have a pig's head. And there's technically a reason for that, which we'll get to. I will get to in later on into the story details. But so kind of what happens is at first he's not really happy with I guess a woman engineer Fio. I mean, back then it's not. Back then, women don't have as many rights as they do now. And even then, there are some problems even there today, but it was way worse back then. And so, there were misgivings, and so Porco Rosso being in this time period, being a guy in this time period, he finds it a little problematic. Not only that because she's a girl, but she's also kind of young, and so he's just worried. But he actually sees her dedication of the project and her and stuff, and so he kind of gave up on that ideological and was okay with her to go do what she needs to do about about his play. And so they fixed it, and then he has to go back. But unfortunately, because he's in Italy and he sneaked in here, obviously there's the government's after him. And so, in order to get by, Piccolo tells Fio to go with Porco Rosso, which at first he had a little bit of annoyance, but it is the whole point of this is that if the Italian army suspects that Piccolo helping a wanted criminal, that he's going to be in trouble. But we could just say that Porco Rosso forced us to fix his plan against our will and has taken Fio as an hostage. And so then they leave. Now, during this time, Curtis tries to propose to Gina. Gina refuses, is waiting for Porco Rosso. And then Fio and Porco Rosso return, and they get ambushed by the pirates. But they were able, Fio is able to talk them down and stop them, and actually kind of get them on Porco Rosso's side. But Curtis comes back, still be annoyed because he wants Gina and Gina wants Porco, and he says that he challenges Porco Rosso to a duel, a dogfight, so fighting planes. So they agreed to do that. So the next night, during the night, I forgot to mention, on the way back, there was a clip glimpse of Porco kind of turning back to his human face. Supposedly, Fio saw his normal face, but he went back to pig face or whatever. Now, during that night, before the duel the next day, what's it called? Porco Rosso tells Fio about the story about how, he was in the war, he was in a squadron with, Gina's fiance. And in the battles, I can't remember exactly what happened, but this is why he was kind of cursed. I think he left the battle into the clouds. I forgot why. I can't remember. Oh yeah. And they were attacked by Austro-Hungarian aircraft. So this is definitely during World War One, because it's Austro-Hungarian, Austria, and he wakes up to see both enemies and good guys kind of going up into this band because they're all dead, and including one of the people that died was, Gina's fiance, who's also, I forgot to mention, is technically also Porco's best friend. And so I guess he feels, guilty for letting his best friend, such Gina's fiance, die. I'm not sure, I can't remember if he left in the clouds because of his cowardism for whatever reason, but that's why he was cursed to look like a pig's head, for allowing that to happen, I guess, is essentially the whole point of that. Now, the next day, they had the dogfight, the pirates are there, and a big crowd is there, even the pirates are kind of hosting it. You have one of the leader of the pirates kind of doing the, the announcement and all that type of thing. And then they do the dogfight, but both of their guns, kind of stopped, like they jammed, so then they went into a fist brawl, and, they were talking about, Porco tells Curtis, "Oh, you're such a womanizer." Like, they're trying to, what's the word? They're trying to, beat each other down with their words while fighting, that type of thing. And then, Curtis comes back, says, "You're even worse." Fio kind of adores you. Gina loves you, and you don't even reciprocate their feelings. Now, Fio, that's a little weird. Fio's like way younger than him. That'd be weird. But Gina and Porco Rosso for sure, all the way. But then this kind of, wait, what? Like, he never really thought Gina liked him. And Curse punches him, but Porco Rosso gets back up, and they kind of they kind of both knock each other out in the dirt. And then Gina shows up, calling to Porco, and oh, that's not his name. I keep calling Porco. His name is Porco Rosso, but his name is actually Marco, and he's only called Porco because I think, I'm trying to remember. I think was it Porco? Or was his name actually Porco or Marco? Oh, yeah, that's right. So his actual name, I can't remember, but I think his actual name is Marco, but he's called Porco because of the pig face. My bad. But that's kind of how it is. But yeah, Marco calls out to him. Marco Porco. He gets up and he's declared the winner. But then Gina says that the Italians are coming. Everyone vamoose. Everyone's trying to leave. Porco gives Fio to Gina, and they fly off. And then Porco gets into his plan, and then he leaves, trying to outfly the Italians. Now the last part is Fio and what was it? A jet seaplane. That's it. She was in a jet seaplane, narrating that how she's now the president of the Piccolo company, and now is a huge aircraft manufacturer now. Curse has become a very famous actor in America. And she also talks about how this then implies that Porco Rosso or Marco was able to leave. Also, I forgot to mention, Curse was also kind of able to see, and after that brawl, Curse was also able to see Porco's or his human face as well. But I think after this entire event, Porco does go on to be cured. Now it's kind of it's a secret exactly what happened with Porco and Gina, but it's heavily implied that they end up together because at the hotel, kind of the garden part of the hotel area where Gina is kind of always at, waiting for, kind of a place she waits for Porco Rosso or Marco. You see the red plane there, his red plane, because that's the color of his plane, and it's kind of implied that they're together. With that, that's what Fio's implying, but she said it's their secret, and that's pretty much the end of the movie. So my overall thoughts, I think it was another really good Studio Ghibli movie. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I liked the action sequences, the art style. It's obviously, I think it was really well put together, as always for Studio Ghibli. And I think that was, pretty much all of it was really well done. I'm really hoping that I definitely think that Gina and Porco or Marco really did end up together. I really do like romantic subplots, and so I hope that's what happened. But obviously it is a Studio Ghibli movie. Movies made generally to kids, not all of them, but generally. Some do actually have the romance in it that aren't made for kids, but I definitely enjoyed this a lot. I think all the story endings for all the different characters was well done. I think it makes perfect sense for each character, and I think that was really well done. That's my overall thoughts on the movie, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you're new, subscribe and the notification bell so you're notified for my next upload. My YouTube channel, website link, my Twitter, my Snapchat, and Instagram are all in the description as always. And thank you. Goodbye.